Okay, so analog horror based on a cartoon about a happy-go-lucky kid. That should not work as well as it does. The series is called Clarence Tapes. It's analog horror built around the Cartoon Network show Clarence, and it's made by the same channel that did the Inside O'Tib series, so they have a track record here. And episode 1 wastes absolutely no time. It opens on Clarence, and he has a large wound on his stomach. We don't know how, we don't know when, but that image sits with you for the entire video. What follows is a series of handwritten notes, and based on the handwriting and the way they're worded, I'm pretty sure Clarence wrote them himself, documenting everything as it happened. And what happened started in the woods. Clarence, Jeff, and Sumo were out playing when they heard it. Horns coming from the sky. Not like a car horn, not like anything normal. Horns from above. And if you know your religious symbolism, specifically Christian end times theology, you already know what that means.
This is the beginning of the apocalypse, inside the world of Clarence. They ran home immediately, because even as kids, they knew. Clarence makes it back and stations himself at the window. His mom isn't home. And Jeff, practical, logical Jeff, is already thinking what nobody wants to say out loud. She might not be coming back. Then the sky starts raining blood. And not just visually disturbing blood rain. Blood that burns. Whatever it touches, it destroys. Plants gone instantly on contact. Clarence notes in his journal that this was just the beginning. About 30 minutes in, something else happens. Marks appear on their foreheads. All three of them. Clarence, Jeff, and Sumo.
And here's where the lore gets interesting. 2 hours later, the mayor shows up on TV with an emergency broadcast, and he explains the marks. The people who have them, they're the chosen ones, the righteous, the ones who might survive this. The people who don't have the marks, don't look at the sky. He doesn't explain what happens if they do. He just says, don't. And then he says something that lands differently than everything else. The world will not go back to the way it was.
While all this is happening, Jeff is rationing food. Sumo is trying to reach anyone on the phone. And Clarence? Clarence just wants his mom to come home. By 6 a.m., Clarence looks in the mirror and sees something that isn't him looking back. And his notes reveal this wasn't the first time. Since the horn started, he'd been seeing things, hearing things, experiencing things he couldn't explain and hadn't told the others about. He kept it to himself. Then, there's a knock at the door. It's Percy, standing there with that same mark on his forehead and a look in his eyes that's completely wrong. Percy tells them his mom looked at the sky. She didn't have the mark. And then he asks Clarence
If he wants to know where his own mom is, and he tells Clarence to look up. Clarence looks. His mom is dead. Chad too. Their bodies broken in a way that tells you exactly what looking at the sky does to the ones without the mark. And Clarence just stands there, processing something no kid should ever have to process. But here's where it gets darker. There are 2 QR codes hidden in the video, secret footage. And the second one, titled, "I'm sorry, Clarence," shows Percy looking at the sky, like he's receiving orders from something. And he says, "Let my existence be a reflection of your will. Everything I do is for you." Then he picks up something sharp. And remember, the very first shot of this video? Clarence. Stomach wound. I don't think that's a coincidence. What makes this series work, at least so far, isn't the apocalypse itself. It's the fact
that the apocalypse is happening to kids. Kids who don't fully understand what's going on. Kids who are rationing cereal and trying to call people on a dead phone and waiting for a mom who isn't coming back. And one of them might already be compromised. Episode 2 can't come fast enough, honestly. Drop your theories in the comments, especially about Percy and what he's actually following. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one.